All right, today is August 8th, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I am the lead instructor here at the BYOB Trading Room. That is the day trading service for the hit and run candlesticks family. All right, just want to back out here and let's talk about what's going on right now. This is QQQ. All right. All right, you can see in QQQ we got a pre-market, post-market range from here to here. We're looking for a breakout of the range. Yesterday, we left off in both QQQ and SPY with 10-minute uptrends. We're looking for continuation of those uptrends. Although the very first 5-minute candle, because we're going to block off the first 15 minutes and see who breaks out of that range. All right, so we're watching both QQQ and SPY. Now notice the very first candle for QQQ, more wick than body and tail. That does not interest me, okay, because it shows me bearish control over the majority of that 5-minute candle. All right, so that's what I see so far. Okay, so I'm looking for this. If this closes up here, all right, then we've got a winner. All right. If we can get this to close up here and the next candle's green, we got a winner. So that's where we're at, QQQ and SPY. So we're looking for a breakout of the pre-market, post-market overnight range. All right, we're looking for a breakout of the first opening 15 minutes range. All right, that's what we're looking for. Way to go, Mitchell. Love it. Mitchell here in the room just traded Tesla. He's out 30% winner already to start the day. Here it is. It's only 9:38 in the morning. Mitchell's already got a 30% winner. Love it, Mitchell. Way to go. Nice way to start the day and end the week. All right, so I'm going to make a video of this morning of me trading. All right, and you know what we're going to do? There's going to be some periods of silence where I'm just watching for price action to see what I see, if what I see is what I want to see. All right, now when we trade, it's all about knowing your setup. All right, so what is your setup? For me, I know my setup. All right, you got to be intimate about and aware of your setup. You got to be able to identify your setup. All right, for me, my setup is 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. All right, that's my setup. I love that setup, okay? I like it when price peels away from VWAP. All right, so that's what I'm looking for this morning is a 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. All right, haven't got anything yet, okay? We got a continuation of the prior day's trend, all right, if we want to look at that, okay, on a 5-minute chart, you can see another continuation, but I hope that's not the exhaustion candle, but we're looking for a continuation of yesterday's 10-minute trend. We got it so far. We're looking good. All right, we're going to go back here, all right, and see what we got here. So if this candle closes up there, all right, it's only a 5-minute candle, we'll be looking good, all right? Again, looking for that 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. Okay, now why do we want the 10-minute uptrend? Let's look at a little bit of yesterday's price action. All right, they made a higher low. Here's a low. They made a higher low. So rightfully so, the bulls should be inspired today to make a higher high, or at least try. All right. So we're looking to see if that's going to happen. In order for that to happen, to make the higher high, they're probably going to have to enter into a 10-minute uptrend to accomplish it. All right, so hence we're down here on the 5 looking for the 10-minute uptrend to manifest. All right, that's how we trade. Again, we're looking for our setup. So here's the SPY. SPY makes a lower low right here. I do like the candle. If we look at that on a 10-minute, okay, you got kind of equal tops and bottoms. Got that spinning top look, all right? So that doesn't interest me yet. Okay, so I'm just going to say there may be periods of silence in this video. It's not because I don't like you guys. It's because I'm looking for something, or I'm looking for something to happen, or I'm doing something, one or the other. Okay, so looking like we're going to set the first 15-minute range right here. Okay, so here's the low. And we'll see where this candle ends. It's got 3 more minutes. Probably going to end up here. We'll adjust it. Still 3 more minutes left. Okay, we got to break out of the opening range. It's late for this candle to close. Nice looking candle there. 3 candles up, break out of the opening range. Going to take a little profit here into this strength. Looking for a pullback, may not get one. Okay, so do we have a 10-minute uptrend over VWAP? Yes, we have a continuation of the 10-minute uptrend. Okay, and it is above VWAP right here. Okay, 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. See, the 8 is now above the VWAP line right here, and the 3 is above the 8, and price is above the 3. We have a 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. This is the rubber band candle. Breaking that, I'd be looking to go up to probably 640 today. We'll see what happens. 638 at a minimum. So I fan out a net of sell orders up above, and I fan out a net of buy orders underneath. Okay, so you see I got filled for 500 here at 5 cents. So I'm gonna sell 400 here at 7 cents, and I'm gonna sell 200. Okay, 400 right here, 200 there. Sell 400 at 6 cents. Well, at 7 cents right there. Okay, because I got filled at 5. All right, and if I get filled at 7, all right, I make $707 minus commission. See what happens if they give us another push. I might get filled. I might not get filled. All right? But that's trading. All right? Eventually there'll be another. There it goes. I just got filled. All right? Eventually there'll be a 10-minute uptrend that I can double down and get out in. So here's my real P&L right here. That's what I've made so far today. Okay, again, here comes, I got filled. So I'm going to farm one out up there. Okay, again, selling for more than what I bought for. Okay, bought, selling for more than what I purchased for. Okay, it's just like being in business, whether you're dealing with bicycles, widgets, paper clips, doesn't matter. Okay, you buy low, you sell high. Okay, you don't make any money, okay, buying high and selling low. Don't make any money doing that. Way to go, Mitchell. Love it. MP calls today. Love it. Let's take a look at MP. Well, you got out just in time, right into that rally. Way to go, Robert. Love it. Okay, so we have a breakout of right here. This is our pre-market range. All right, from the low up to the high, pre-market, post-market range right here. And we have our 15-minute range right here, okay? See the first 15 minutes. So we have a breakout of the first 15 minutes, and we're trading the breakout, okay? Now for me to trade it, I got to have a candle close up there. All right, and you notice this candle did close, so that's a game on situation. This thing's giving me fits. So I got filled up here at 8 cents. I'm going to reload here at 6 cents. All right, maybe I get filled, maybe I don't. But that's part of trading. You get filled, sometimes you don't get filled. And that's why we chase liquidity. We don't chase price, we chase liquidity. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, liquidity is how much open interest and how many people are trading that product. Okay, so this is open interest. See, 76,000, 17,000 open interest, 25,000. Okay, now add the volume into that. Okay, 31,000, 110,000, 4,000. Okay, add that into. Okay, this is liquidity right here. Okay, we chase liquidity. We do not chase price. So I've got a net of buy orders right here, okay, for price to run into, okay? And now I put on a net of sell orders, okay? Price runs into my net and then it gives me profit, all right? And that's from the process of buying low and selling high, okay? Up over my cost basis. So I set up a net, okay, of sell orders for price to run into. Okay. Now, if you remember when we first started the video, I bought these for 4 cents, all right, a share, okay? You can see now I am selling what I purchased for 4 cents a share at 10 cents a share, okay? That represents a 150% gain, okay, on my contracts, all right? Not my position, but my contracts, all right? That's huge, all right? When you're able to understand what to look for in your setup and capture that, we're not talking like swing trades that run like 2-3 days or a week. I mean, look at this. This is knowing your market, knowing what to look for, knowing the product that's going to yield you big returns. Okay, see, we're selling them for 11 cents. We get up to 12 cents, and guess what? Now we're getting 200% for our contracts that we bought at 4 cents. Okay, that's huge, 200%. You know, you can see how easy it is to move your account from, and gain 10% in your account every single day by finding the right product, understanding the market, knowing what you're looking for, understand the expectations of what the market would likely do. All right, and when we first started out, okay, we had I don't know if you remember. I'm going to go back, all right, so you can understand and see what's going on. Okay, we're going to go back to a 1 hour chart. Okay, just right here. I'm going to clean it up just a little bit. I'm going to take all this stuff that I use to help train people. I'm going to take it off. Okay, I'm going to go to a new chart. Hopefully it'll load for me, and it's not wanting to load. Okay, lovely. It'll get there. All right, it'll get there. Okay, but you know what? I'll just show you on this chart. Okay, you see the market gapped up yesterday. They filled gap. In the process of moving down, they made a higher low. Okay, in other words, they failed to make a lower low. Okay, in a normal uptrend, that's normal. Okay, we want higher lows. Okay, because when we see higher lows, then we know the expectation for the bulls is to produce the higher high. Okay, so we know at a minimum, all right, they're probably going to come up here and retest the high. All right, now in order for them to do that, and when price opens up down here, they're going to have to make a 10-minute uptrend at a minimum. Well, they don't have to, and they could do one big quick spike candle up and then just jerk it back down. But the odds of that happening are like 1 in 100, okay? The odds of that one candle spike up. It's practically more normal to see a 10-minute uptrend develop and price rally all the way up to the prior high, okay? That's more normal, okay? There's maybe a 1% chance you get a spike up, and it's usually on some economic event like, you know, labor came in and it just looked fantastic, okay? Or, Apple says they're going to, invest, $1 trillion in the United States, all right? Make an investment of $1 trillion, okay? Things like that, okay? That's what causes big spike ups like that, okay? But they usually do all that stuff before the market opens, okay? Because what that does is that plays havoc on the market maker if they do it while the market's open, okay? It's havoc on the market maker because he can't keep up with it when it does that, okay? So they typically make all of those announcements like the earnings, like big news situations before. So he's prepared for it when the market opens, okay? The market, in the pre-market and the post-market, can't handle the volume, all right? Okay, that happens. So hence, people understand that, and you don't get the volume that you would get in the open market, okay? So a lot of that stuff happens then. But irregardless, enough with the 1%, okay, chance of that happening. Back to the 10-minute uptrend. Here's the 10-minute uptrend over the VWAP, okay? That's what we said, okay? There's a good chance they can't do this without producing a 10-minute uptrend, and we got the 10-minute uptrend right there. Now we're getting the pullbacks, okay? Now we're looking for them to pull back. What we'd like to see is them pull back to the top of the opening range, all right? Or maybe even to right here, where price gapped up to and pulled back yesterday right here. So maybe right around 635.73, and if not, maybe to the top of the opening range. And we will look for price to J hook up there and make a higher high. Okay, doesn't have to do it, but we'll be looking for it to happen. Okay, so what we got here right now is a move to the upside. Okay, typically called typically winding up for a 1 2 3. Okay, in the 1 2 3 pattern, or you can call it an ABC 1 2 3. Either way works. Okay, see, here's the low. Price goes up, consolidates, and then makes another move higher. Okay, that's the ABC. Okay, so the first move, all right, first move is the 1 or the A. That's the igniting move. Okay, that's igniting. Okay, the second move is the consolidation. Okay, so I'm going to put a 2. Consolidation. Okay, it's like, oh my God, did you see what just happened? Okay, did you see that move in the market? All right, so it takes them time to process that move. Okay, so that's called a consolidation, is number 2. Okay, so this is, remember, this is number 1. Okay, this is number 2. Okay, this is, call this number 1. This is number 2. 3 is the follow through. Okay, after the consolidation comes the follow through or the breakout. So they're going to move up, they're going to build a launch pad, and then we expect them to try to launch from this launch pad that they build. Okay, that's the normal process. Okay, now sometimes they pull back all the way to here, make another higher low on the smaller time frame, and then J hook off of that, and then make another higher high. Okay, we'll see what they want to do. Okay, right now we're looking for a 1 2 3 to develop. Okay, right there on the 10-minute chart. Okay, in the meantime, this looks pretty inviting. They still have not made the higher high. So we're going to look over to the left. Okay, so we got, almost looking like a failure to make a higher high so far. Okay, but give them their due. We'll see what they want to do. All right, so here we're getting a pullback. First pullbacks are usually good for a retest of that area. All right, we'll see what happens. Notice, okay, we're retesting that area right here. Okay, so now we watch and see what happens here. All right, big candle, but notice not taking out the low yet of this 10-minute candle. Okay, nice opportunity right here. Okay, to reload. Okay, like that. Okay, so we're gonna whack that one for, well, let's just say 200. And might as well hit it for 200. Oh, we got filled. Oh, I'll take that. Okay. Hopefully it bounces all the way back up to 10. Okay, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I feel a little lucky right now, so I'm going to get another 500. Okay? I'm feeling good. All right? I'm just going to say it. I'm feeling good. I'm going to get another 500. Okay? If they come lower, I'll get another 500. Okay? But I'm feeling good. So I'm expecting, I got them for 6. Okay? I'd be tickled if I get out at 10. All right? That'd be 4 cents a share on 1,000, well, 4 cents, 4 cents a share on 1,000 contracts. That's going to yield me $4,000. Okay, that's a good day. All right, some people work all week to make $4,000. Okay, I could possibly do this in 45 minutes. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. All right, I like what I see. This is the bulls taking out the megaphone, all right, and making an announcement right there. That right there was an announcement. And they're saying, pay attention. We're here. We showed up today. All right? If you're a teacher in school and you're taking attendance of all the kids in school, okay? This is the bull kid telling you, I'm here, Mrs. Jackson. Okay, so you see what I did? I spread out a net of sell orders. Notice price ran into my net. Now I've got a net of buy orders to reload, all right, what I harvested up here. Okay, so now I gotta rebait all the traps, okay? All right, so I can collect them down here. Okay, got to rebait all the traps. They ran right into my nets, right up there. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, because if you don't have any product to sell, it's hard to stay in business. Okay, if you're a bicycle shop and you don't have any bicycles to sell or rent, it's hard to stay in business, right? Who wants to go to the grocery store when the shelves are empty? It doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for you. Okay, so you gotta replenish the supply. Okay, this is what I call mending my nets. Okay, you got to mend your nets. I was a commercial fisherman for a brief period in the past, so I know all about mending nets. It's not fun. Best thing you can do is put a 6-pack in the cooler and find a radio and just get it done. Look at that. Green erases red right here. See that? Green erases red. That's an entry. Okay, 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. All right, just be careful on this one. We're coming into this high right here. But you do have a 10-minute uptrend. I would venture to say this is a pretty strong move that they're going to make a higher high. Okay, that's a strong move. Nice bullish consolidation. See, move up and consolidate over to the right. Okay, as opposed to, okay, going up and giving it up. Okay, as opposed to go up, give it up. We've all seen this before. Okay, we've all been through it. All right, this is a bullish move. It's a bullish behavior. It's a bullish characteristic. Okay, when you see price move up, see, from this low, okay, move up and hold the higher ground, okay? That's like planking all night long, all right? That takes strength to do that, okay? That's bullish, all right? Right there. Move up and plank all night long, right there. Okay, so that when it happens like that, you typically get a move like that. And hence we got that move. All right, it was the same move that I'm expecting this morning. Okay, you see what I see. All right, that gives me the courage to enter a long position, you know, when I see that 5-minute, 2-minute, 3-minute uptrend. Okay, you realize that's the mentality behind it. Okay. Did we make a lower low? No, we didn't. Well, that's interesting. Okay, that's what you say to yourself. Well, isn't that interesting? And then you look and see. Now let's see what price going to do. Are they going to show me this wishy-washy stuff like this and come back and do this? Or are they going to go up and stick it like that? That's a good place for a stick up. All right. And then hold it up there in the plank position. Okay. Okay, now you're doing something. Now I'm expecting you to go up and re-challenge the prior high. You see how I think? Okay, that's me thinking out loud. All right, I'm sharing with you my thoughts. That's what I see. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm expecting this 1, 2, 3 right there. Okay, that's what's going on. Right, in the open range too. Yep. And in the overnight, okay, like that, okay, as opposed to going up and giving it up, okay. We all know what going up and giving it up does, okay. This is doing the right stuff. Here we go. Come on, baby, go. Do it, do it, do it. Boom, just filled my order. Well, not quite all of it. All right. Okay, see? See how price runs into my net. All right, and I get filled. That's it. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, I need one for 480. All right, traders, just came back. That's it for me. This is you can see realized gains. That's a $13,000 gain, okay, on an $83,000 account, okay. I don't know what that represents. Just get the calculator if you want to see how much that was. Okay, it's a 15% gain, okay, on an $83,000 account. Okay, and it's, look what time it is. It's 10:47, okay? If you can't see it, it's 10:47. All right, you'll see it right there, 10:47. All right, on an $83,000 account. Okay, that's a good day. All right, so that's it. That's how I trade the morning. That's how I actually trade all my 10-minute uptrends. Okay? Just like that. Fan out a net of sell orders. Spread out a net of buy orders. Okay? That's it right there. They're probably going to, looks like they want to pin it here for 4 hours and consolidate. That's what it feels like so far. Okay? Because they see the high. Didn't even get 3 candles in on it, and they're already giving us 3 of these red ones. So we'll see what happens, but that's what it looks like. They probably may pin it here right into close right up here at 636. We'll see what happens, but that's it for this video. I'll make another one hopefully on Monday. Thank you.